One of the older entries into the compact luxury crossover class, the first generation Volvo XC60 has been out since around the 2010 model year. Even though it's getting slightly long in the tooth, you may find that this is an appealing alternative to mainstream German and Japanese luxury crossovers. So let's go ahead and check out this 2016 Volvo XC60 T6. Now the XC60 has a premium yet understated looking design. However, it doesn't have Volvo's latest design language like how you will find on the XC90 or the S90, but it's an alright looking vehicle. It has Volvo's last generation design, and you do have these HID headlights, and then you have these LED daytime running lights at the bottom right here. Overall, it's not a bad looking vehicle, and then you also do have 18-inch alloy wheels. Now here goes the key fob for the vehicle. It's not a bad looking key fob. You have your remote keyless entry, your lock, unlock, then to release your power tailgate, and then your panic button. Now our XC60 comes in this special looking osmium gray metallic. It's a $560 option. You also do have smart key access on all four doors of the vehicle. And it comes with a full-on black leather interior. You have your power driver seat controls, your power recline, and then your power lumbar is also located right here. And then you have your memory seat settings for 3 people. Now the XC60 has ease of ingress and egress. And when you step on inside of the cabin here, you're pampered with a pretty luxurious interior. It's fairly stylish, and it's aging pretty well, to be honest, since this vehicle hasn't been fully redesigned since the 2010 model year, which is quite surprising. Pretty nice looking interior. However, there certainly are some aspects of it that make it show its age a little bit, like the touchscreen. Now you do have push button ignition. Just put your foot on the brake and hit the button to start. And what you're hearing there is a 2-liter turbo and supercharged 4-cylinder engine. Full leather wrapped steering wheel. Coming to your transmission, we have an 8-speed automatic, and you also do have manual shiftability, but we do not have paddle shifters here. When you put the vehicle into reverse, this will display your rear view camera, and then you also do have guidance lines. You can also change the views of the rear view camera. There's 2 different views. You just have to press on this cam button right here. And then you have your top down view, and then you have your normal view. And then you can also change some settings of the rear view camera, like the distance bars, the guidance lines, and then your auto reverse activation. So if you want to turn that on or off, so every time you put the vehicle into reverse, the camera will turn on. You could turn that off if you would like. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn on the lights and the hazards. Let's go ahead and check out the exterior of the vehicle. And let's go ahead and pop up the hood and check out the engine bay. Heated exterior mirrors with LED turn signal indicators. Now, if safety is a top priority for your luxury crossover, then the Volvo XC60 will certainly not disappoint with good crash test scores and all of the latest high-end safety technologies such as adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, and blind spot detection. You have HID headlights with LED daytime running lights at the bottom portion right there. And then you also do have front parking sensors. Now our XC60 we have here is powered by a 2-liter turbo and supercharged inline 4-cylinder that produces 302 horsepower at 5,700 RPM and 295 pound-feet of torque at 1,800 RPM, with EPA estimates being 22 in the city and 29 on the highway with our front-wheel drive model. Now this powertrain delivers exceptional fuel economy numbers and a sufficient amount of power as well. Competitors of the XC60, you have the vehicles in the compact luxury crossover class. This includes the likes of the Cadillac XT5, Mercedes-Benz GLC, and the BMW X3. There are also many trims of the XC60 as well, but pricing of the vehicle starts in the mid-30s and ends in the low 50s. On the top, you also do have roof rails and a shark fin antenna. LED illuminated taillights. And your rear window wiper. Power windows, power mirrors, and your power door locks. Build quality and materials are actually quite impressive inside of here. You have nice materials up here on the upper door panel. It's nice and soft touch, as well as on the mid door panel and the armrest. The dashboard is a nice softly padded material as well. Build quality is excellent. No panel gaps inside of here. The interior trim and pieces all fit well together. Overall, this is a pretty well built interior for the most part. Now coming to the steering wheel design, this steering wheel is getting fairly dated. I really love the new steering wheel that you'll find in the redesigned S90 as well as the new XC92. But over here we do have your adaptive cruise control, and then you also have your steering wheel mounted audio controls and your voice recognition. And then up here you have your auto dimming rear view mirror. SOS Safety Connect is also located right there too. And then you have your sunroof. You also have a panoramic sunroof. Gives the cabin a much more open, airy feel. Your map lights are also located right up there too. Then you have your garage home link, which is located right there. Down here you also do have a little storage cubby. However, I don't think it's the best place to put one because you may not remember what you've put inside of there, and then it's kind of hard to reach too. Down here you also do have dual cup holders and a 12-volt power outlet. And then you have a sliding lid too. Center console lid is also nice and soft touch and stitched. And then you have a pretty deep center console, but it's not really wide or long. But you do have a USB charging port down there, and then your auxiliary input. Seating comfort in the XC60 is also pretty good. It's pretty good for long road trips. There's lots of support on the side bolsters. Thigh support is excellent as well. The seats are quite firm, but overall they're very supportive and pretty comfortable. As far as visibility goes in the XC60, it's okay. There's a decent amount of side glass area on the front windows. Seeing out of the windshield is pretty easy too. And coming to rearward visibility, it's actually not too shabby because you have a pretty big rear window back there. Now, Volvo has a huge reputation for building very safe vehicles, and the XC60 is no exception here. You'll find all of the latest and greatest safety technologies inside of the XC60 here, including lane departure warning, blind spot detection, lane change alert, as well as cross traffic alert. There's just so many safety technologies to name on the XC60 here, so you'll definitely be safe and you definitely won't get into an accident inside of this vehicle. Now, I really do love the gauges in the whole instrument cluster here. You have a TFT instrument cluster, and they do look pretty good graphics and rendering here. Over here on the left you have your fuel gauge, and then on the right it shows you what gear you're in, and then you have your tachometer too, and then in the center it shows you your speedometer, and then you have road sign information, which is pretty neat. And then down here it shows your exterior temperature readout as well as your coolant temperature, and then down here you have your odometer as well. But overall, pretty good looking TFT instrument cluster. Let's get to the climate controls here. Now, my biggest complaint with these climate controls is that they have pretty small buttons, and this knob right here for the fan speed control is pretty small too. However, it's ergonomically correct because it's facing kind of towards the driver, which is nice. But you do have dual zone automatic climate control. You have your temperatures on the left for the driver's side, And then you have the front passenger side right here as well. You also do have your heated seats, 3-staged for the driver and the front passenger. And then you have your different zones, which are located right here. It also shows you up here on the monitor what zone you're in, and then what fan speed level you're at, and then what temperature you're at too. Right here, this is also your button to fold down the rear headrest, and then this is your button for the lane departure alert. It also shows you up here if it's on or off. You also do have your automatic start-stop system, which helps saves fuel, turns the engine off when you come to a complete stop. And then you also do have your parking sensors button right here. Alright, now let's get to the main head unit here. Now this is my first time reviewing a Volvo with this head unit, and it's the Sensus navigation with the 7-inch color LCD monitor. However, I really do love the new infotainment system and the new head unit that they put in the new XC90 as well as the upcoming S90. But this one works fairly well. It does what it needs to do. It's getting slightly dated, I have to say. It looks a little dated in my opinion. It looks like it came out of 2012 rather than 2016, but it does what it needs to do. Now coming down here, you have your different audio sources, and everything is controlled by the buttons on the center stack here, which is kind of old school. This is not a touchscreen here, so don't try to touch it. Coming to your different audio sources, we do have AM, FM, and Sirius satellite radio. You also do have Sirius weather, which shows up in here. However, that's not really an audio source, which is interesting. Coming to your media, you also do have your CD player with your optical disc drive, and then you have your USB port with iPod integration, Bluetooth streaming audio, and then your auxiliary input. And then when you get to telephone, right here, you can hook up your Bluetooth phone, have all of your contacts, start on here, all that good stuff. And then if you want to scroll between the menus, this is how you do it, is by this little knob right here. Then you have your My Car, shows you all of your information about the vehicle, such as what safety technologies are on or off, and then what's the date as well, and it shows you if the automatic start-stop system is on or off too. And then you can exit out of that if you would like by pressing this exit button. Then you could select between your menus right here, which is nice. Your navigation system, let's go to that. The navigation system is okay looking. Like I said, it's getting slightly dated, but you do have live traffic and all that good stuff. And then right here, you also do have an integrated dial pad, which kind of reminds me of Mercedes a little bit. Coming right here, you also do have your web browser. You can enter in a URL address if you would like. And you have settings for the web browser. I kind of like how they have a web browser on here. Not too many vehicles do that. You have your content filtering. You can accept the cookies if you would like to. And then this knob is also your tune knob as well. And then this is also your volume knob. Overall, this is a pretty simple and pretty intuitive system, I have to say, but I certainly much rather prefer Volvo's new infotainment system and their new head unit that you will find on their latest redesigned products. Alright, now driving the XC60, the best part about driving this vehicle is certainly the powertrain. All of the 4-cylinder engines are exceptionally fuel efficient as well as powerful too, and this 2-liter turbo and supercharged 4-cylinder provides lots of power. And there's no turbo lag here. As far as the steering and the handling goes, the steering is pretty good. You feel for where this vehicle is trying to go. It doesn't feel like a boat or anything of that nature. However, there are certainly sportier alternatives in the class of compact luxury crossovers. But overall, this is pretty competitive, and the ride quality is very smooth and compliant, and the 8-speed automatic does shift pretty smoothly. Alright, and I'm going to go ahead and shut down that XC60. Let's go ahead and check out the rest of the vehicle. Build quality and materials do follow through in the rear of the vehicle. You still have a nice soft touch armrest, and it's soft touch on the mid door panel and the upper door panel. Now sitting back here, there's not a whole lot of legroom back here. There are certainly other compact luxury crossovers that feel a little bit roomier, but there's plenty of headroom back here, I have to say. Back here we also do have dual map pockets, a 12-volt power outlet, and then a rear center armrest, with your cup holders and a little storage compartment, which is nice. The seats themselves are actually pretty comfortable, I have to say. They're fairly supportive, yet firm. And these seats do fold down to maximize cargo space. All right. Power tailgate. Now, cargo space is actually pretty good back here in the XC60. And like I said, the rear seats do fold down and they do fold 60-40 split. You also do have a cargo cover right here. And then you will find another 12-volt power outlet. You also do have a powered front passenger seat with power recline. Glovebox compartment. So the 2016 Volvo XC60 may not have been redesigned since the 2010 model year, but it's certainly still a solid pick in the compact luxury crossover class, especially if safety is a top priority for you. So remember that this is Cameron Birch from Cameron's Car Reviews.